Good morning and welcome to BeefLink TV, your daily dose of industry information. This morning I'm joined by Pavel to talk about PVA, which I believe is one of our most popular topics here on BeefLink TV. First of all, Pavel, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Natalie.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, we have talked about postponed VAT accounting a few months back now, I think a couple of months ago.
More than a couple of months.
And it remains our most watched episode. So it's right timing for us to have a little follow-up episode of it.
A little follow-up, I would say. In that original video, we talked about agents' liability or potential liability associated with postponed VAT accounting, or when postponed VAT accounting is used during the customs process. And one of the topics that sort of ensued from that discussion or from that original video was the importance of customs clearance instructions. And the customs clearance instructions in this case would have to be very specific on whether PVA should be used or should not be used. And the reason why we say they should be very specific is because we often see, and unfortunately we have seen it all too many times, that, well, careless agents, I think we have to say that, careless agents have just simply assumed that PVA applies because they can use it. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to be specifically instructed by your customer. You have to do your due diligence on the customer as well. You have to make sure that the customer is VAT registered. And the clearance instructions, they don't have to be specific for every single consignment. They can be standing, but it has to be very, very clear from that standing instruction that this specific standing instructions apply to either everything that I have, and I would probably sort of avoid things like everything that I have. I would focus on specific customers, specific flows, so that when somebody checks your customs declarations, they read the instructions, they look at the declarations, and they see that you've been clearly empowered and clearly instructed to use PVA, for example, or any other method of payment or anything else that goes on a customs declaration. So it's just a simple reminder, really, but very important. Why is that? Simply because if we do not follow our customers' instructions, we are not protected by direct representation, for example. We are still responsible for our errors. We are still responsible for omissions. We're obviously responsible for going against customers' instructions. And if you haven't been instructed, then you would be considered or acting against their own will, in effect.
Sure. And is there anything else that our members should be mindful of?
In general, what we're looking at is increasing our members' awareness of a sort of due diligence element. And one technical thing that we're currently investigating is the expected level of agents' due diligence when it comes to importers' knowledge. When importers' knowledge is used to substantiate a preferential claim, we would like to understand what an agent should be doing to verify that. And it's something that we're currently discussing with HMRC, and hopefully we'll be able to update members soon. By soon, I mean probably within the next sort of 2 or 3 months, hopefully we'll have an update. Obviously, that update will be followed up by written instruction from us and updated guidance on our website. So very brief, hopefully obvious to everyone, but I thought it was important to sort of remind everyone. Clearance instructions, make sure you've been empowered, make sure you've been instructed, especially when it comes to PVA.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Pavel, for your update.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, everyone.
As Pavel mentioned, there will be an update coming to members in the next month or two, but keep an eye on our website. We'll also share an update on BeefLink TV about that as well. That's all for today's episode of BeefLink TV, your daily dose of industry information.